I was recently sent this photo ranking bad anime dads, and I'm already seeing a lot of nonsense. Let's talk about it. Off rip, I'm already seeing a somewhat questionable one, and that's Grisha. Sure, he didn't treat Zeke the greatest, but Eren, he definitely treated somewhat decent. All right, in the context of what was going on in Attack on Titan, he did the best he could considering the circumstances. Okay, did he fail the kid? Technically speaking, I guess, but I definitely push him up a tier, especially compared to, a certain someone over there, which we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, Grisha, put him up a tier. Jing definitely does not belong in this tier. This man just didn't want to pay child support. Okay, that's it. I don't even think he's a bad dad. I definitely don't think he's the same level as a certain someone, which we'll get to in a minute. Jing, he just didn't want to pay child support. Okay, that's it. Put him up a tier. He just went to go get the milk and then come back. His son found him, talked to him, and then he still left him. He's still a bad dad, don't get me wrong. But like, compared to, he's definitely nowhere near the worst. He didn't fail Gon. Gon came out just fine. But move him up a tier. I'm going to assume this is father and not Hohenheim. And considering that, he isn't really a dad. Yeah, his name is father, but he isn't literally a father. It's like he was the first homunculus to be created, so it's like technically he can play a fatherly role, but like, do we count that? Let's say for the sake of example, he did count that as him being a dad. I guess, like, he's the main antagonist, of course he's gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I guess, like, does lust or envy consider a father their actual dad? I don't think so, probably not. So I kind of don't get that one. In this man, Shao Tucker. This man deserves his own tier to himself. This man didn't fail the kid. He killed the kid in GTA. It's not getting in trouble here. He didn't fail her. Okay, this man did way worse than failing her. Okay, this man deserves his own tier called Satan, the devil. Okay, this man, he isn't a bad dad. He didn't fail the kid. This man turned her into a dog. Okay, this man doesn't deserve to be with the child support, not pay her. Okay, this man doesn't deserve to be against the man who was gaslit. Okay, this man doesn't deserve to be near this. He isn't technically a dad. Okay, he doesn't deserve to be anywhere near them. Okay, he doesn't deserve to be just barely below Silva. He doesn't deserve to be just barely below Endeavor. He doesn't deserve to be anywhere near Yujiro. He doesn't deserve it. Get this man, Shao Tucker, away from them immediately. Make like 50 tiers, and then make like another 10, and then like another 50, and then make his tier. He doesn't deserve to be anywhere near them. Rest in peace, my dog Nina. I think it's kind of unfair to make the OG Prince Vegeta a bad dad. We barely got to see him in either of the movies or any of the flashbacks we've seen. So call him a bad dad, I guess, like, but I think Vegeta came out pretty fine, right? Yujiro, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? Endeavor, pre-redemption arc, this man was failed to kid. I'm not gonna spoil it, but this man tortured somebody that they kind of changed him a whole different person. Okay, this man, yeah. Endeavor, pre-redemption arc Endeavor, move him down. Post-redemption, I'll put him in bad. I keep him there. Silva, disagree. This man is in charge of the greatest assassin family in the entire world of Hunter x Hunter, so you kind of have to raise your kids a certain way. Yeah, Illumi is kind of a little, you know what I mean? Miluki is Miluki, but you know what I mean? You gotta have the team a certain way. They treated Killua the way they did because he is the next hero of the family. He has to be a certain way, you know what I mean? And besides, he let Killua leave because he wanted to leave. The rest of the family did not want him to leave. Illumi wanted him to stay. His mom wanted him to stay. Miluki wanted him to stay. Everybody else wanted him to stay. This man Silver right here, you're saying, you know what? Go ahead. You be fine. You're going to come back anyway. I'll believe in you. Never abandon your friends. And guess what he did? My man Killua didn't abandon his friends. That's a good dad right there. I'll move him up to solid dad, okay? Considering the circumstances of Hunter x Hunter, he's pretty good, okay? But one I very vehemently, that a word? Let's pretend it's a word. I strongly disagree with is Vegeta being a suspicious dad. No, he is not. The fact that Vegeta is insuspicious is kind of crazy, bro. He is by far the best dad in all of Dragon Ball. And it's not even close. This man will do anything for his family. Okay, this man was willing to fight Beerus, the god of destruction Beerus, before he really knew anything he was really capable of. Over Bulma. This man does not play about his family. He don't play at all. I don't know how he's this low. I don't know what he did. Like, he's always treated Trunks with respect and love. He's always, you know how he treats Bulma. He don't play about her. So it's like, why is he suspicious? I don't know. And while we're here, let's talk about Goku. Goku is a good dad, okay? He is the most underrated father in all of anime. Team 4-Star has done irreparable damage to the way you view Goku as a dad, okay? They made a joke calling him a bad dad, and I kind of just ran with it and just ignored all the good things this man did as a father, okay? Goku is a good dad. He deserves to be right there, okay? Vegeta, man. King Bradley isn't technically a dad. Yes, he adopted Pride, but they barely really interact father and son that much. So, suspect, sure, I guess they're both homunculus. They both have a somewhat similar goal in mind. Sure, I guess. Keep him a suspect. I forgot his name, but I remember he's from Soul Eater. That's Maka's dad. I highly disagree. This man has Riz. This man gets the huzz. Okay, this man gets the girls. Okay, he has good charm. Okay, whenever he cuts around Maka, so far, I didn't finish it. Maybe it changes, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But let's just say, from what I've seen so far, he's always treated Maka with love and respect. It's just Maka is always like, nah, I don't want to be around you. You embarrass me. Okay. Suspect, I disagree. I'd move him up to solid dad. Let's go with that. Sasuke, he's not a good dad. He's not a bad dad either. Right in the middle, so sure. Suspect it is. We already talked about Goku, so I'm gonna skip him. I don't know who this is. Let me know in the comments who this is. Maybe I watched the show and I forgot him. Maybe I didn't. Who knows? So I'm skipping him. Tenzan, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a minute since I watched like Avatar and Korra and that stuff, so my memory might be a little foggy. But last time I remember, I think he was pretty solid. I think he was pretty good. He's not the best dad of all time, right? But I think he did a pretty good job considering everything that happened in the moment. I think that's fine. I think solid dad's a good ranking for him. Naruto, it's interesting. Right, on one hand, I did make a little short not too long ago calling him out for making a shadow clone to appear at his son's birthday. I think that was a bad decision. I think he should have just sent the shadow clone to stay in the Hokage's office while he spends the day with his kid. I don't think that's a big deal. But yeah, Naruto, I think I'd move him down to suspect. I do have to keep in mind that he is the Hokage, and that takes a lot of time and a lot of energy away from, you know, being a dad. So I kind of understand that. So you know what, with that being said, I'll keep Naruto in solid dad. Again, I do think he's better than Sasuke as a dad. But considering the circumstances and some questionable moments he has, I do think he's on the border of solid dad and suspect. Okay, he's on the border. So for now, I'll keep him in solid dad. You know what I mean? Lloyd, Spy Family, that's my guy. Great dad right there. He's doing his job while still being a phenomenal dad. You gotta respect it. Ishin from Bleach, that's my guy. Good morning, Ichigo, coming out of nowhere. Straight drop kicks, like he 09 Randy. He going crazy. Never landed not one of them though. You got a couple. You got a couple. And when it was revealed that he was a former Soul Reaper and he met Ichigo for the first time in the gear, whoo, that was a great moment. No, he definitely deserves this spot as one of the greatest dads in all the anime. Now we got the OG JoJo. We got the JoJo before the JoJo before the JoJo. George, that's my guy. He was barely in the story that much. You know what I mean? It was mostly focused on Jonathan. But like, you know what I mean? He did good. I don't think he's up there with, you know, Big Bro, but like, he wasn't bad. He did good. Okay, he did a good job. He did what he had to do. That's a good dad. That got jokes, huh? Yeah. Y'all think you're so funny. Oh, Professor Oak is actually smashing Nash's mom. That got jokes. Y'all not funny. I played that joke to death. It's over. It's over. That joke became unfunny like 10 years ago. It's over. Please stop. It's over. And those are my thoughts on this list. It's a lot of questionable ones. You know what I mean? Grisha's way too, you know what I mean, way too low. Jing is too low. That's the wrong person. He way too high, you know, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. See ya. Drink water.